Hello and welcome to a quick video on the Jetson Nano mini computer. It's a Jetson Orin Nano. Is this little computer? It cost about $250. I think maybe almost 300 euro. This is it. It's basically a bigger version and more powerful version of a Raspberry Pi. I can connect to it, and because it has a more powerful AI chip, I can run Ollama, for example. Ollama Ollama run, and then the LLM. I can run an Ollama AI model, a large language model. Maybe I'll move this like this. I'm using Llama 3, it's a model from Meta. And I'll just quickly show you how I got it and what is Ollama. If you go to ollama.com, is this nice looking Llama software that allows you to run all these large language models that not only do text to, you can talk to them via text, but also you can CLLV, it's a vision language model. So if I go to this one, of course it needs a bit more RAM and a more powerful computer, but if you can run this, 6 gigs of RAM is not huge. Maybe it's just about enough for my NVIDIA computer. You can ask an image, count the number of dogs in this image, what's in this image, is it a person, is it an animal. So if we run Ollama, of course you can run this on basically almost any computer. You don't need a specialized computer. Write a long poem, and then it will load the model and start writing this. It's not the fastest thing. In my MacBook Pro M1 of maybe 5 years ago, it's a bit faster, or it's actually double the speed, and my other computer it's even faster. But this is a $250 computer, Jetson Orin, and it's a developer kit. Does have a lot of different models. It can be a little bit confusing to know which one to buy. There's the NX series is one of the most expensive ones because it has more memory and they're more powerful. There's some comparison table here. This is basically what I got. This is the one I got. This is the newest series, if I'm not wrong. This one came out recently. So this is it. This is an announcing blog post. It was released in December of 2024. So at this time is a bit over, or actually almost exactly 6 months ago, and it's pretty powerful for the size and the price. It was around $500 and they managed to make it cheaper. This is the CEO of NVIDIA, Jetson, giving you a quick demo.
Hi, welcome to my house. I'm living in a different house now.
He's trying to be funny, and now that he's a kind of a online celebrity. Yeah, there's some stats if you get into the how much RAM and what you want it for. Yeah, so this is some of the pictures, and it doesn't come with anything else than the power supply. So make sure you understand the connections. So you first of all, for example, need a USB keyboard and a USB mouse. It does have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but how do you select the Wi-Fi network or select the Bluetooth device if you cannot type or press anything? So if you go to jetsonailab.com and maybe Google it or write it like this, jetson-ai-lab.com, you'll find this initial setup tutorial. This is the best thing I found, where it tells you what doesn't come out of the box and what you will need. So you'll need an SD card, 64 gigabytes or larger, or an SSD, kind of a new generation SSD that go maybe for $100 or euros. Of course, the micro SSD is the cheaper option. You probably have one laying around. You just need to install the Ubuntu OS operative system inside, and then you can run it. Another important thing to know is that this is not HDMI connection, it's a DisplayPort connection. So DisplayPort is not the most popular one, at least around here for me. So I had to buy a cable adapter so I can connect an HDMI cable then with this adapter to this machine. Of course, you need a USB keyboard. I recommend you to, if you even have one, buy a cheap one and buy a cheap USB mouse as well, because even though you can do a lot of things with the keyboard, it's much faster with the mouse once you logged into the Ubuntu desktop. There's a way of to doing via cable as well, like if you have another computer, and yeah, I mean, this is not an advanced mode. So go for easy mode first and then go advanced later, I would suggest. You have some instructions here. You'll need a monitor, of course, to connect this computer. There's a way, yeah, this is the way to do it via to TTL. I forgot what TTL stands for, but it's a serial connection to connect directly to the machine. And yeah, and then there's some things that you need to know about the firmware, because some machines, some of these devices came with older firmwares. So thankfully mine that arrived last week or a few days ago arrived with the latest. So even though I went through the whole steps in order to understand which version I had, and because it tells you to first put the old version first, I didn't have to. So if you're lucky and you get a new one out of a new batch, maybe you don't need to get the old version and download the image twice, basically. So yeah, you put an SD card inside, you plug to the power, you plug all your USB things. You have an Ethernet cable if you have that. Otherwise, you set it up and then connect to your Wi-Fi. And then yeah, should see this screen of the NVIDIA logo, and this is kind of booting up. If everything goes well and your image, you have everything downloaded in your SD card, your image, and your Ubuntu OS is loaded correctly from them. This is the NVIDIA version, I guess, of Ubuntu. Yeah, it should work, it should load. You have some settings here, and you can use, I haven't done this, but you can basically use an SSD. There's some tips here as well. And then yeah, so one of the things you can run, of course, you can run, it's basically an AI computer that has an NVIDIA chip. What does it matter? Why not buying a Raspberry Pi with a AI kit or AI hat, whatever it's called? Basically, you put on top of the Raspberry Pi this AI chip or GPU. Why, buying this? There is, I think, roughly maybe $50 less. These two things, the Raspberry Pi plus this Raspberry Pi 5 plus this M2 hat. Like, why would you buy this or spend maybe $50, $100, depending on, where you can find this, or why would you get this or the Raspberry Pi? So the main difference is not like the raw power of it, is that NVIDIA chips, NVIDIA GPUs allow you to run most of the AI software that's being built at the moment. There's different chips. Not every chip is the same, and not every software that builds on top of those chips is the same. I can run certain things on my MacBook Pro, but not everything. People deploy these AI models, Linux computers, and then most of the cases on NVIDIA chips in the cloud or on premises or whatever. So there's a lot more people optimizing these models and make them almost like the first platform to go to is an NVIDIA chip thing. So that's why I got this, and I'm probably gonna sell, I'm selling my AMD very powerful laptop, which is cost 5 to 10 times more than this. Because even though it is a bit more powerful, I cannot really run a lot of the AI models there. In this machine, while it's less powerful, I can, find an LLM, find a text-to-speech model like Orpheus, and run this out of the box. I don't need to wait for people to migrate the model to something that works on my Mac or an AMD GPU. Most people will build an AI model and putting on Hugging Face, where you can download for free all these great AI models that do so many things, from text generation to image to text. This one is a multi-model model. It's like a ChatGPT, basically free, but of course you need the processing power to run this. So all these things generally work out of the box on NVIDIA chips. This is like a small version, a small computer, so it's not gonna be like a graphics card that maybe cost $1,000 or more, But if you wanna get your toes wet, as they say, and play around with things without spending thousands of dollars, buying a whole computer, buying, a tower PC, and doing so many expensive things for maybe something that you're not really sure you wanna spend so much time and money, this is a great alternative and a great first thing to do. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. I'm sure you can see a lot of videos online about what you can do. I'm gonna play with it and hopefully post more videos about this. One thing I want to do, for example, is, well, you can buy a camera device and connect to this computer, and then, you know, put this computer close to whatever thing you want to film, let's say your garage or your window on the street, and you want to count how many birds are in the sky. I'm just thinking out loud. Imagine you want to do something like that. You need to put the computer close to the camera, or the camera close to the computer, and the computer close to internet, so you can do that remotely and control things remotely, and, you know, do that. But what I'm gonna do is, I have a security camera that I had for my dog, and I'm on the same network, on the same apartment, but I'm gonna put the computer close to me or somewhere else, and the camera pointed outside somewhere to count birds, to count cars, to play around with what is possible, and I can do it remotely. So there's a lot of things you can do with these little machines. There's a lot of AI models that are really interesting, from vision to text to audio, and it's easier to run those models directly on these machines rather than Raspberry Pis. That's what I have found. I don't have this, I just have an old Raspberry Pi, and my Mac doesn't work well with most AI models. So either I think you have an NVIDIA GPU or something like this, or you'll have to figure out if that AI model works with Raspberry Pi, which probably some of them do. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I'll catch you guys soon.